Hey Virgo, welcome to your second reading for February. I hope this finds you well. I am bringing you a general reading for the collective of Virgo Sun and Rising. May not resonate for everyone, so just take what speaks to you, leave the rest. If you're here as a Virgo Sun, you could always check out the reading that aligns with your rising sign or be a cross watcher and watch the Sun and or rising readings for your divine counterpart. Sometimes really good information comes through that way. Just remember it's being offered at the perspective of that person. Okay, so I'm going to pull two cards from the Enchanted Map, one for Divine Masculine, one for Divine Feminine. We get Sacred Pool for the masculine, card 47, 4 and 7 is 11. That's beautiful energy. And the feminine, we get Deep Freeze in reverse. Interesting, card 26, 62. You know, I almost didn't do this reading today because I'm so exhausted. And now I'm reading numbers backwards. Anyway, take note that that is a lion there, dear Virgo. Hint, hint. So for those of you, I should say us in Virgo Leo dynamics, there's a little lion there for you, but it's in reverse. So I'm going to read that to you. Card 47 for our beautiful masculines. Always remember you can flip the energies around. So, you know, I set my intention for how I read and the energies I'm calling in. It may come through reversed for you. So what I'm saying is masculine could be the feminine energy. That's all I'm saying. Okay, Sacred Pool for this beautiful card 47. It says, when you look into the mirror, do you like what you see? The Sacred Pool card asks that you focus on self-love and self-esteem. We are all works in progress, so a detached self-examination made with rigorous honesty is called for now. Reflect by the Sacred Pool and be at peace with yourself. Can you see how far you've come and how magical your life is? Do you notice the spark of the divine shining through your eyes? Oh my gosh, that makes me want to cry. When you're conscious that you're the embodiment of spirit, it becomes easier to respect yourself and act in good conscience. Then you'll reap the greatest rewards. Your unique service to the world is not only needed, but celebrated. See the love within you and know that if you cast it upon the waters, it will return to you tenfold. Be at peace, for you are beautiful and loved. Act with surety and confidence, and success shall be yours, whatever your inquiry. This card just got me. Like, this is so, I'm feeling the Pisces season energy, right? I'm feeling all that watery, beautiful, you know, the sweetness and the soft self-examination. I mean, being radically honest with ourselves, but then, you know, being gentle with ourselves at the same time. Really beautiful Sacred Pool. I will never forget that card, and it's a number 11, which we don't reduce. So there's some very deep spiritual messages there for our masculine, whoever you are. And let's see, feminine, reversed. Deep Freeze in reverse. And I'm just going to hold it upright so you can see this card. It says, nothing you can do right now will amount to anything substantial, no matter how much you try, push, manipulate, or cajole. Life wants you to take a break. You need to do this now, lest you become exhausted and be forced to rest. See, I'm Leo rising. This is talking directly to me. I almost did not do this reading today. What you need will be there for you when you emerge in the springtime. For now, winter has its own ideas for you. Wait for signs of spring. So yeah, you are my Virgo brothers and sisters, but I'm Leo rising, and the Leo rising in me needs a break. So I'm feeling that, like my rising energy of wanting to be here and do. That's what I'm speaking about. But the Virgo in me needs to kind of back down. Okay, so Deep Freeze for the feminines, and you know, whatever that means for you, let winter do its thing. Spring is right around the corner. And be gentle with yourself. Wow, those are really powerful cards. Okay, I'm pulling one card from a new deck. Thank you to those of you who have made donations. This is what I do with them. This is just a little deck of inspirational insight cards by famous people, poets, authors, thought leaders, etc. So let's see what little message wants to come through for Virgo. Yes, I came perilously close to not doing this reading, but I was like, but I love Virgo. I want to do the Virgo reading. And I figured if it was meant to be, I'd get here in front of the camera. Here I am. And now I'm really happy that I did. Lazy day feelings. Okay. Let's see what comes through for our beautiful Virgos. I'm getting like double cards. This is really powerful. It says, into a daybreak that's wondrously clear I rise. And that is by Maya Angelou. This came out for another sign. I cannot remember off the top of my head which one. I want to say, I want to say Cancer. I'm not sure. I know it wasn't Leo, but it might have been Cancer. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear I rise. It was either Gemini or Cancer. So we've got 58 cards here, and this is the second time I've pulled the same card despite shuffling the deck. So I'm feeling clarity coming through. There is an energy to this card here that feels also connected a bit to the Death card, right? That transformation when the sun is breaking on the horizon in the background into a daybreak. That's wondrously clear, you know, after we come out from that darkness, that period of transformation. For some, it can even be a dark night of the soul, and then everything becomes clear and we rise up. Just beautiful. Okay, here we go. What is coming through for Virgo Sun and Rising? Twin Flame Soulmate messages for Virgo Sun and Rising, please. We have, oh, look at that beautiful Empress. Masculine showing up with all their attention and focus on the Divine Feminine. And the Feminine showing up kind of confused and maybe a little overwhelmed. The Seven of Cups. There could be some like emotional remnants, things that haven't been processed yet. Sometimes this is just that. Like, where do I even begin to sort through all my feelings on what's gone on? So it can be very overwhelming. It can cause confusion. It can also be a card of mixed messages. So, you know, like not knowing what's really going on. Wow, this masculine is really going through something powerful. Star energy in the past, but now they have regrets of the past as well. So their present experience of this connection, regrets, sorrow, mistakes of the past, all that backward facing energy with regard to this Divine Feminine. So they're feeling sadness, sorrow, loss, grief, regret. And in the future, we've got this Seven of Wands. Sometimes the Seven of Wands comes through as resistance, you know, and defensiveness. But other times it comes through as, you know, standing up for oneself. You know, taking that, having the high moral ground sometimes. I shouldn't say moral ground, really. It's not a moral issue. The Wands is more about standing up for, you know, what you're truly trying to accomplish. It's Wands, so it's about your actions. But we'll see what comes through in the clarifiers. Feminine, wow. Five of Pentacles in the past, feeling out in the cold, maybe feeling that rejection, having been ghosted to some degree, or feeling devalued. And here, present experience, King of Cups, that's someone who's coming from high vibration love and emotional availability. Could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. For some, that'll be important. And look what we have. Page of Swords in the future. So kind of keeping an eye out. The Page of Swords is often credited with being the little spy or detective of the tarot. So sometimes just looking for a message of truth or clarity or any information to come in. And sometimes it's really keeping tabs on someone, you know, checking on their social media. This is another new little deck. Thank you for our beautiful donors, I should call you. This is called the Magic Seer. It's a lovely energy. You'll get to see lots of bright colors, but it is essentially the Rider-Waite deck. Yes, absolutely. So this is going to go fast, guys, right? We've got this masculine in deep Deep regret. Deep regret. Looking at the past, reflecting on the past with sorrow, regret, surrounding this Empress. Look, King of Cups, can't make it up. So I'm feeling that there's some mirrored energy here around a masculine who is really full of love for this feminine, maybe not sure how to express those feelings, the King of Cups, while very sensitive and emotionally available, they often have a difficult time expressing their feelings. So if you notice, this king is kind of floating out there on a block in the middle of the ocean. So it's like a man on an island. Every now and then they have difficult times expressing feelings, but they feel them deeply. So keep that in mind. On the bottom, perfect Ace of Wands. And here's some Virgo energy in the Nine of Pentacles. So I'm feeling, if you are in a Leo Virgo dynamic, Virgo, you may want to watch the Leo reading. It was published just before this one, because there's a lot of similar energy coming through. But this Ace of Wands is kind of like holding a torch. That's exactly what the Leo reading was named, holding a torch for this Nine of Pentacles. A single person, an independent person. This is a card associated with Virgo. Wow. The star energy in the past. Let me hold this up closer so you can see. She's kneeling at the side of the water, and that beautiful energy of the star behind her, kind of like guiding and protecting. There's a lot of vulnerability in the star, and so it kind of asks you to hold, to keep faith, trust, and hope alive that the universe has your back, even in your most vulnerable moments, and will grant your wish. So we'll see what this is doing. It's also a card of healing. Star and another Page of Swords. Wow, you guys are really mirroring each other. Five of Swords. Something went down here. Ace of Swords. We've got some clarity coming in from the past, but it feels like it was repressed. The star here, I feel, is representing this masculine trying to see, perhaps, if this feminine is healing. Five of Pentacles is really what I feel the regret is about. And I feel as if the star is representing healing, and this masculine kind of checking in. That Page of Swords is this person healed from what was an unfair fight. This Five of Swords represents an unfair fight. It is feeling like a little bit of sabotage. It's kind of zero-sum game. There's nothing you can do when you come up against that energy. And underneath is the Ace of Swords. And usually that's an epiphany. That's like, oh, now I see the big picture and the truth. It's kind of that aha moment, but it's underneath. So I feel as if this masculine, the signs were coming in, but they may not have seen them. And now they're in all of this regret. Wow. Five of Cups. And the Eight of Pentacles. Well, that's kind of interesting, because it suggests that right now they're kind of working on coming up with a creative solution to this problem, to whatever it is that went off the rails here. That Eight of Pentacles is usually sustained effort, energy, and attention on one issue. And it's the Apprentice card, essentially. But when you look at it, it's like, okay, I've accomplished this, but now there's something here that's not quite working out. So it's really focused attention, and I feel like it's also kind of coming up with creative solutions when something doesn't work out. And it's landing on this Five of Cups, which suggests that at this moment, this masculine is very much focused on what went wrong, their role in it. Wow. Whoo, the beautiful energy of the Fool on top of that. They may be planning a leap of faith. There's the transformation, right? Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear I rise. There's the sun right there on the horizon. So underneath, on some level, this masculine is feeling the transformation. It's kind of in the psyche, may not be consciously aware of it, and preparing to take a leap of faith. as they're working through what went wrong. In the morning cards that I pulled, there was the Eight of Wands, which is communication, and it suggested that this masculine is getting ready to communicate. Seven of Wands in the future, though. That Star and the Fool are both Aquarius, may be dealing with an Aquarius, and the Death card is Scorpio. Six of Pentacles, This is kind of odd. There's our Ace of Cups, and here's the Leo energy of the Strength card. And it's landing on this Six of Cups, which is the past life soulmate. So I do feel this masculine is gathering up their strength, their courage, and their confidence to overcome whatever obstacles exist in this connection with their past life soulmate, because it is the love of their life. So I'm getting that feeling that there may be some problem here with this, with their ability to give and take. Like there's something off here. The Six of Pentacles is normally a card of equal give and take. Think things being reciprocal, giving as good as one receives. And there's some inability here, or coming up against something that doesn't allow them to get into the energy of the Six of Pentacles. I feel they're resisting it. They're resisting with this in the future. This is future facing with the past life soulmate, who is the love of their life. They're trying to gather up their courage, but I feel like they're almost resistant, holding themselves back for some reason that is not clear to me. Okay, what I'm going to do is just give me a second here so I can look at the sacred pool. Right? I almost feel like the Star is that sacred pool, the way she was looking at it, and the deep freeze for the feminine. Boy, do I relate to that. As I said. So let's look at that Seven of Cups for the feminine. Page of Cups, an offer of love. A message of love or apology. Queen of Cups. So now we have a King and Queen of Cups. King of Cups on both sides, but the Queen showing up. There's a lot of love here, Virgo. There's a lot of love here. And there's compassion and sensitivity, but it's landing on the confusion, right? It's landing on something where there may be so many different aspects of things that of an emotional nature that never got resolved. And so when this message of love or apology comes in and the feminine receives it, there's still this confusion, a lot to sort through. And yes, I love that the Ten of Wands is underneath, because it suggests that maybe not in your conscious awareness, dear feminine, but on some level, you know you have to let this go. You can't kind of stay in that Seven of Cups energy for much longer, because you know what? It's draining your battery. And at some point, it's going to take over and you're not going to be able to recover. So there is an energy here that I'm glad to see of some willingness to kind of let it go. Offload all the negative karma, whatever's causing the emotional confusion and overwhelm. Five of Pentacles with the Moon, Pisces energy and the Moon. Got a lot of water energy here, but it is Pisces season. Yes, look, this has been so painful. Whatever it was, I feel this Five of Pentacles triggered every last nerve of the feminine in the past, and just, you know, totally heartbroken over it. Not able to access the warmth of this connection, and not understanding what the heck happened. Like, what was that? The moon, right? When things go bump in the night and we don't see and we can't understand. There's like that veil there with the moon, and we kind of, the sun represents our conscious awareness. The moon represents our unconscious awareness. So that's what's going on, is like the mind playing tricks on you when you cannot access the warmth of this connection, or when you're just totally discarded. And it's heartbreaking. But this is really the pain point, is that moon, not knowing what the heck just happened here. What was that about? The King of Cups right now. I feel this feminine. We've got the King and Queen in present energy with the Page of Cups. All this emotion. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 5 cards so far are water. So this feminine is like at an emotional full tilt right now. God, you guys are killing me here. Look at the star. It's just the same feeling I'm feeling here, like you're both really concerned about each other's healing. This King of Cups, though, showing up right here, it would be a dream granted, a wish granted, a dream come true to have this masculine be emotionally available for this feminine. Two of Pentacles. I'm feeling something's a bit stuck. It might feel as though this feminine kind of is like, well, I almost feel like this feminine is almost fantasizing about this King of Cups and the message of love or apology, because that Seven of Cups can also be fantasy. And it feels almost like a little bit of fantasizing. What would it be like if this person returned with a message of love or apology, or at least emotionally available for me? And, the star, it would be a wish granted, a dream come true, or would it? Right? That Two of Pentacles is almost like, that's the earth energy, Virgo, of that. What would I do in that situation? Got it? So that's what I'm feeling. Yes. Oh my gosh, right? The Capricornian energy of the devil shows up to remind you. It's right in the psyche here. It's right underneath this. Would I just be opening up Pandora's box? Would we be going right back through very toxic, unhealthy patterns? And I will take this as well. And that would kind of have this feminine right now thinking like, I'm going to have to choose a path. I'm going to have to choose a path. So while you're working through this energy of the return of someone who's now emotionally available, there's a hesitation. Two of Pentacles is a hesitation. And there's some reference here underneath in your, less in your conscious awareness, but now that I'm telling you, of course, that's right where it's going to go, to like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to really be very crystal clear about the path that I choose. And then we have that Page of Swords in the future. Keeping an eye on things. Maybe some message of truth. Ten of Swords. End of a painful chapter. End of a painful cycle. With who? Could be with a Leo. We've got a lot of Leo energy in this reading, of course. And Leo was all over the morning cards I picked, but here the message coming in that the pain of the past is over, right? That's going to bring in the sun. That's going to bring in the happiness. So that, happy days are here again kind of energy feels like where you're headed, and that you're going to be able, with the Ten of Wands and Ten of Swords, able to put what went wrong to rest. Put it to bed, get it out, unload it, right? But right now, you're still in this deep freeze, feminine, so exercise caution, really pay attention to your energy. Don't get overly depleted, especially not on an emotional level. This is a fabulous reading. I'm going to take it to the extended, and what I'm going to be doing is just kind of looking at taking all this energy and what's really most important to focus on. Where might the blocks or the challenges around this connection be? And what can you do about it or expect to come of it? Then I'll pull your messages to and from each other. What are you trying to say to one another? And then the card for you, Virgo, from your higher self, spirit of the universe, will let your spiritual team weigh in with any advice they may have to offer. And where are you headed going forward in this connection? What might be coming on the path? So that's what we'll explore. It is going to be good. The link to the extended is below in the first or second sentence in the description box. I will see you there in a second or in a future reading. Take care, Virgo.